Hello friends, today we are going to learn about programming errors. What are the different types of programming errors and how we can minimize those programming errors. There are three types of programming errors. First is the syntax error. These errors are easiest error in programming. Easiest in the sense that we can debug these errors very easily. We do syntax errors when our code does not follow the syntax of programming language. These are similar to bad grammar errors, and these are caught by the compiler at compile time. So all the syntax error in our programming will be caught at the compile time, and we will not be able to compile our program successfully if we have syntax error. Second type is logical errors, also known as bugs. These are not syntax errors. It means that our program will be compiled successfully, and this is bad thing. Why it is bad thing? Bad thing because our program will be compiled successfully, but it will not produce the desired behavior or output, and it will produce undesired behavior or undesired output. These are also known as bugs. These are not caught by the compiler and difficult to debug, and program do not crash normally due to logical errors. Third type is runtime errors. These are also logical errors, but these are severe logical errors, and these errors will stop the Java program from execution. And bad thing is that compiler will not help you to understand where this bug has occurred. So you should think clearly before writing the program to avoid these logical errors. Few common examples of syntax errors are: file name does not match the class name. This is a syntax error. Here we have a class hello world, and as you can see, this hello world is a public class, so it should be saved in hello world.java. Otherwise it is a syntax error. Now let's say that we change the name hello world to world. Now we have a public class and its name is world, but we are saving it in the file hello world.java, so it is a syntax error. Now we will save it. Now when we will try to compile it by javac hello world.java, then you can see we have got 01 error, and the error is class world is public and it should be declared in a file name world.java, but we are saving this in hello world.java file, so it is a syntax error. Second example of syntax error is misspelled words. Now let's take its example. Here we are printing a line on the console, and command for printing the line on the console is system.out.println. But if by mistake we have written println, now if we will try to compile it, then there will be a syntax error. And here you can see we have 01 error, and the error is on hello world.java file and line number 9, and error is cannot find the symbol, and a hat is showing system.out.prunt println. It is showing that here is error, and error is symbol method println, and which is taking the string as a parameter. So as there is no println method of the printStream class, so it is an error. PrintStream class is a built-in class that we can use in our programming, and it has the method println, but we are calling the method prunt println, and there is no method with this name. It is a syntax error. If we have system but we have written the system with small s, it is also a syntax error. Now we will save it and try to compile it, and here you can see we have 01 error, and the error is package system does not exist. System does not exist, and error is on hello world.java line number 9, and here you can see it is showing a hat, system hat, and this is the error. Java is case sensitive, so package system is starting with capital S, not with small s, so it is a syntax error. Another syntax error is forgetting the semicolon at the end of the statement. As we know, to complete the statement we have to put semicolon at the end of each statement. So if we have forgotten the semicolon at the end of the statement, it is a syntax error. Now if we will try to compile it, then you can see here we have got 01 error, and error is on line number 9, hello world.java file line number 9, and it is saying semicolon expected, and here you can see hat, it is showing that there a semicolon is expected, which we have forgotten. Another syntax error is not closing the string. Let's take its example. Here we have a string hello world Java. Now if we have forgotten to close the string by double quotation mark, as you can see the syntax of remaining code has been changed. It is a syntax error. Now if we will try to compile it, we have 03 errors. And what are those errors? Error 1 is on line number 9, hello world.java file line number 9, and error is unclose string literal, and here it is showing hat that we have started a string literal but we have not closed it. Here you can see, here we have started the string and it is considering every code as a string unless we close this string literal by double quotation mark. Second error is on hello world.java file line number 9 and it is saying expected semicolon. Here we have started the statement system.out.println but we have not closed this statement by semicolon, as our semicolon has been included in the string literal, so it is expecting a semicolon. Third error is on line number 12 and it is saying reached end of file while parsing curly braces. We have started the curly braces of the method on line number 7 but we have not closed those curly braces, so it is also a syntax error. Another syntax error is forgetting closing multi-line commits. As you can see here we have multi-line commits before declaring our class hello world. If we have forgotten to close the multi-line commits by asterisk /, everything will be considered as commits unless we close multi-line commits by asterisk /. It is also a syntax error. Another error is forgetting required keyword. If we have forgot required keyword, then it is also a syntax error. Here we have a class method example which we have developed in our previous lectures. We know that definition of method is it should have a return type, and here you can see we have a method drawbox and its return type is void def. It is not returning anything, but we have to write this void. If we have forgotten this void, it means that we have forgotten to write the return type of method. It is a syntax error. Try to compile this. Here you can see we have 01 error, and error is on method example.java file line number 16, and error is invalid method declaration, return type required. So return type is required to declare our method, and here hat is showing that before this code return type is required. Now we will talk about runtime error, and we know our code will be compiled successfully but program will be terminated unexpectedly as computer will run out of memory. Here in this class we have two methods, main method and drawbox method. We are calling this drawbox method inside the main method, but if we call this drawbox method inside its code, it means that it will continue calling this method drawbox infinite times, as it will be calling itself again and again, and it will continue until our computer run out of memory. First we will compile it, but it will be compiled successfully, and here you can see we have not got any error because it is not a syntax error but it is a runtime error. Now if we will run this, then our program will be terminated when our computer will run out of memory. Now we will run it by the command java method example without extension, and here you can see it is printing this box on console again and again, and it will continue this process until our computer is out of memory. And here you can see this program has been terminated unexpectedly due to memory shortage. So this is a runtime error, and these errors are difficult to debug. Have practice of these errors and try to remember and debug these errors, as it will help you to become a good Java programmer. If you are a bad Java programmer, then it is useless. You should be a good Java programmer. We will learn more about Java programming language in our upcoming lectures. Thank you for your time.